All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Brandon Coin YouTube channel. I hope everybody's having a great day. We're going to do a short live stream to do the updated breakdown for Salad. If you don't know what Salad is, it is a compute platform. I've done quite a few videos if you want to check them out on setting up computers and getting them to earn you money. So I currently have a few rigs up and running on Salad, so let me jump over there and show you guys what it's working or what it's making. And yeah, let's jump right into it. There we are. Okay, so for today we actually are up ever so slightly. So on our gigabyte, or our 3090 number one, we're up to $6.07 on the workload that it's on. If you're new here, the way it operates is they get workloads. It's not mining in the traditional sense. You can turn mining workloads off, and I suggest turning mining workloads off. If you turn that off, then you get compute workloads, and that's where it's doing like rendering or simulations or AI based stuff, AI generation, and that's where the money's at. And also, most of the time, from what I've noticed, it doesn't hit your card as hard on power for an extended period of time. It actually uses more power in a short amount of time because you cannot underclock or overclock or mess with voltages. You can't mess with anything that would even hamper the performance at all, or you'll have the potential of losing the job. So, yeah, that's one of the downsides. Now, my next 3090 is actually down to $4.88 a day from $5.13 a day yesterday, is what it is. My third 3090 was doing horrible yesterday at $1.78. It got a $2.30 job today, so it's currently working on that. It's better than the $1.78, but it still ain't great. And then my last 3090, it was on a $4.80 job, so I'll be happy if I can get all of them right there at that $5 mark, or right around that $5 mark. Going down further, yeah, this one was calculating. Sorry about that. I didn't fill that in. I still have one of my 3060s that's calculating at the moment. Unfortunately, I don't think there's an abundance of 3060 jobs out there. I think there's a lot more 40 series jobs. From what I understand, a lot of people that have 4090s are getting most of theirs rented, or at least rented more often. It's very normal to get a job and then it dropped the job pretty much at the, drop of a hat. I get it. What's up, Automatic Beats? Glad to have you here in the chat. We're not doing a long one tonight. Just we're doing it for history and documentation's sake. So yeah, that 3060 is still just calculating, but my other 3060s, this 3060 number 2 is doing awesome, making $1.94. I'll be happy if I can keep that thing right there at that $2 range. And then my last 3060 is actually down. It wasn't on a great job yesterday, and it's on an even worse job today, $1.18. And then I still don't have my 4060 Ti online. It's still sitting in the box. I'm waiting on parts. So that's the only bad part. My cat is trying to claw me. Now, I did make some alterations to the graph here. People were wondering what CPUs and what RAM I was using. CPUs don't particularly matter on generation very much, not right now. Talking to the Salad team, because I was like, is it better to have like a newer CPU or higher, higher clock speeds, more efficiency, that kind of thing? And they said, honestly, it's the customer side. When they go to rent out a system, all they get is they can request V cores, and how many V cores it has. So these run in virtual systems, and a V core is a virtual core. And they actually confirmed today that threads do count as virtual cores. So this 12 core right here is a 24 thread because it's a hyper-threaded Xeon. So 12 core, 24 thread, 12 core, 24 thread. The minimum they recommend to be able to be container ready or workload ready is a 4 core or a quad core. But if a customer requests a higher end CPU, but you have the GPU and you have the RAM, you still won't get the job if you don't have the CPU behind it. Right now, I haven't seen very many jobs or hardly any jobs at all that hammer on the CPU. but I'm kind of more under the idea of trying to be ready for the future. So if people start needing more CPU along with the GPU, it's already there, and you know what I'm using is pretty budget friendly as well. John Ray, haven't seen you in a while. Are alts still being mined? Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Alts are still being mined. 100%. Now moving further down, I have a 10 core Xeon in this 3060. I have an 8 core Xeon in that 3060. And then I have a 6 core Ryzen. So all of my systems right now are running on Xeons, except for one of my 3060s. And all the 12 core Xeons would have 64 gigs of system RAM. They're all identical. Same motherboard, same RAM, same CPUs, even same power supplies on all the 3090 systems. And then for the 3060s, I have 32 gigabytes in there for right now. I am on a RAM shortage right now, so I would like to get 64 gigs in there later on to see if I can get better jobs, or at least whenever I upgrade those 3060s to a bigger graphics card that can do more work. What's up, Mining King? Yo, yo. Glad to have you. Call Valley Crypto. Hey, what's up? Glad to have you in the live chat. We're not doing a super long one tonight. We're at the 6-minute mark. Tell you how to get rich. Absolutely. If you have any questions, go ahead and fire them away now. What's up, Nick? Glad to have you. Because we ain't gonna be here long. So, jumping back to yesterday, our estimated daily was at $20.99. The actual graph that got plotted and what we actually made was $17.48. So it's funny. On the 18th, it estimated $13.23 if I added up all my rigs, and we actually did $14.68. So it estimated a little low, and then on the 19th, it estimated high. So somewhere in there, I must have lost a job at some point, dropped a job because it actually made less. Now, the estimated daily for today is 2117. We won't know what the actual daily is for today until tomorrow. So we'll see how that pans out. John Ray says, what is the miner most are using these days? I've been out of mining for a year now. John Ray, the game has changed so much, so fast. What's the miner most people are using right now? I'm not even sure. The Mining King could probably weigh in on that better than me. And the Mining King said, favorite card for salad. I don't know yet because I've only tried a couple cards. I know that I need to get that cat off my lap because it keeps scratching me. I don't like the 3060 Ti, the 3070. I haven't tried a 3070 Ti. I also tried a 3080. I do not like those cards because since they are limited on VRAM, they have less than 12 gigabytes of VRAM. And I was referring to the 3080 10 gig because I know there is a 12 gig option. But since it has less than 12 gigs of VRAM, they typically don't get rented out very often, especially now with all these additional people on the network. You get pushed to the back of the line with 8 gigs of VRAM. So I don't suggest those. The 3060s have been decent, but with the increased amount of awareness and the increased amount of people on the network, I noticed they're not getting rented out nearly as fast. 3090s are good, but they burn a lot of power, and you can make almost the same amount of money on a 3090 on a 4060 Ti 16 gig card. I don't have personal experience. I'm going off of other people's experience. I just don't know how long people are going to be able to get jobs because that card's got a low barrier of entry. That means it's going to get flooded, and that means it's going to get harder to get jobs. So it's hard to recommend any kind of card at the moment. Ravencoin to the moon, automatic beats. Absolutely. I hope Ravencoin does something. I still have a good amount of Raven at the moment. Buy Tesla, hold Tesla. I'm not good with stocks, man. 960. Oof. 1050 Ti is best on salad. Ha, yeah, you're funny. Nick K. Hey, bud, glad to have you. We got a couple more minutes before we have to jump off here tonight. This is the, if you're just now joining in, this is the chart where I go over what each individual card's doing, the CPU that is on the system, the RAM that's on the system, and then the date and what job it was working on. And then my total estimated daily per day, and then the actual daily that gets logged in per day. 2080 Ti any good on Salad? From what I understand, 2080 Ti's were doing $2 a day containers, but they also are suffering the same fate as a lot of the 30 series. They're an older card. The customers specify what cards they want whenever they rent out the system. My cat is just relentless. Go, go, go out. We're streaming here. Come on. There you go. And the 2080 Ti's are just not in demand. That's how the cookie crumbles. And somebody came in and we were talking yesterday, and they were actually getting a little upset because they were like, this card's better than this card, but it's an older card, and it's not up to me. It's not up to the performance of the card. It's up to the customer and what they choose whenever they rent the system. So if they're an uneducated customer and they just want, oh, I want 40 series. What's the cheapest 40 series with this much RAM? Boom. I figured that's probably how a lot of people come to their conclusion. Mining King says 4060 Ti. Never heard of that card before. Must be new. Yeah, it's new. All right. Duvral Patel. How about old 2060 Super 8 gigs? 2060 Super 8 gigs are not container ready anymore. I don't believe you'll get any jobs on those. Just being like straight up honest. The Mining King says, John Ray, it's all about AI compute and renting computer for resources. Yep. Mitch Metcalf, my 4060 Ti 16 gig used to consistently do 3 to 5. Now it's only 1 to 3 if I'm lucky. Mitch, yeah, there's been a bunch of people come onto the network in the last week. So hopefully you can stick it out, because there's been a bunch of people coming on and then also a bunch of people leaving. So I notice it's already getting better from yesterday to today, but hopefully as I keep doing this over time, I'll have even more data, and we can see some trends. And then eventually we can do like bar graphs and like pie graphs and stuff, because, everybody likes graphs, right? Cat just tried to bite me because I'm not paying attention to him. Snap a rule. Is GPU mining still worth it in 2024? If yes, what cards are best value for money? In my opinion, GPU mining is more of a calculated gamble in 2024. By the way, this is not GPU mining. This is doing compute workloads. I know I put mining in the title, but that's what you got to do on YouTube sometimes to hit the algorithm right. I'm not gonna say GPU mining is never gonna come back to what it was. It's tough right now. They don't make the money that they used to make. That's for sure. I don't see it coming back anytime soon. I think a lot of it's going towards these compute platforms, because there's more and more of these coming online. Salad is just one of them. You have Vast already. Vast is also flooded with people. Clore, IONET, TensorDoc. There's another one that hasn't launched yet. Somebody was telling me about, but I'd like to try more of them out in the future. Just, gotta scale a little bit. Where were we at? Can you give me some info on Salad? If you go over to my page, and if you go to my playlists, or if you go to any of my Salad video, I have a salad videos. I have a playlist for Salad in the description of those videos, and I've done like how to get, what hardware you need, how to get set up, and then countless videos about updates and changing things and advice, tips and tricks. I have a lot of Salad information, and then also, shout out, he's in the chat right now. Mining King has an awesome setup and a Salad video too, if you want to go over there and check it out. Yeah. Mining King says, best budget system to buy are the BCPC Zeon combos. Yeah, actually, you know what? I'll show you guys one of them. I've been selling a bunch of them. Right now, they are back ordered due to RAM. I have motherboards and CPUs and CPU coolers here, but I can't ship out the combo kit without the RAM. I have more RAM coming in, but just to be like full disclosure, let me do this, and let me go grab a motherboard for y'all, show you what we're working with. Boom. All right, let's see here. There we go. Okay. It's been Victor says it's been awesome. In a week, I've gotten a month worth of mining, $15. Yeah, it's even though it hasn't been as good as it was, it's still really good right now. Oh no, I'm getting a text message. All right, I need to wrap it up here soon. Hawk says, "Why didn't you tell me you're going live?" It's no big deal, man. This is just my little update stream that I'm going to be doing, like, I think Monday through Friday. So I just try to wait till everybody goes off and then come online and stream for a little bit and then be done. Not trying to have like some big, huge, drawn out thing. Let me make my camera bigger here real quick. Boom. All right. Oh, actually, hold on. We'll do it on this camera. There. Oh man, the lighting's horrible. So these are the motherboards that I do in the Zeon kits. It's an X99 setup board, so it will fit like 5820Ks. But I ship them with 10 core or 12 core Xeons. I have switched over to the V4s. I was doing V3s, like 2670 V3s, which are 12 core, 24 thread. But now I'm doing 2650 V4s and then 2640 V4s. So that's the 10 core and that's the 12 core and the 10 core in order there. They support up to 128 gigs of RAM. So if you order a kit right now, I have them as up to 64 gigs. And I have started shipping them, and I switched over to Samsung ECC server RAM. But the boards will actually run either or. You just can't run desktop RAM with server RAM at the same time. They have M.2 slots, so you can plop an NVMe in there, and they're just really simple. MATX, like, I love them. I've started using these. I've sold them to a bunch of people. I've actually sold them to a bunch of people that were doing like PC flipping, like builders and stuff like that, and had really good luck with them. Only had a couple come back, and I have no problem standing behind them. If they have an issue, I'll just send another one out. And I'm getting another text. All right, let me catch up on the chat, and then we'll call it a night. John Ray, I was 24/7 mining on a laptop, and it literally blew up and was totaled. Haven't mined since then. Yeah, you got to be careful. The laptops can get really, really hot. Mining King says he's shotgunning beers, some brews. Let's see here. Are all of them on bandwidth sharing? No, I have bandwidth sharing turned turned off on all my rigs. I'm not bandwidth sharing anything. So I don't have enough bandwidth at my house. I only have 500 down and 50 up. They recommend at least a gigabit, asynchronous gigabit, which is 1 gig up, 1 gig down. Are those still on back order? I have the motherboards. I have the CPUs. I have 704 gigabytes of RAM coming Friday, but all of that's already sold through. So I put in another order for, it was 40 sticks, 40 32 gig sticks, and that's going to be in, I believe it's Tuesday or Wednesday. The only problem is I will be in Mining Disrupt. So if you order right now, I won't be able to get that shipped out to you till I get back home, which is going to be Friday next week, because I come in super late Thursday after drop off time. So yeah, if you order right now, you won't get it for a week at least. Sorry, just full disclosure. Bucks, how are you determining exactly how much each GPU is making per day when you're combining them to one account? Are you just going by what the estimated 24-hour total is showing on each rig? Yes. So literally, whenever I get ready to create my stream, I log into each rig and I look at the estimated for each individual machine, and then I add that up, and that is my estimated daily total. And then when it's the next day, I can go back and look and see what my bar graph, my total actual earnings is on the Salad earn page on the website. So that's how I get my actual daily total. RAM delays on combo orders. Yes. What's up, Aragorn Strider? Glad to have you in the chat. We're we're at the 20-minute mark, so I'm gonna say good night to everybody. What's that? Let's see here. Brandon Coin, ever use a Epic CPU? I don't have any Epic CPUs. I have a Threadripper, but I don't have a board for it. That's the closest thing I have to an Epic, or ever using an Epic. So the reason why, and some people give me crap for them because some people hate them, but I love the Xeon platform. The older Xeon platform. I can't afford new Xeons. I can't afford new Epics either. But you can get a 12. With my combo kit, obviously you can source parts yourself. You could probably get them cheaper. And the only issue with that is you have to worry about where you're buying it from, if you're gonna get it, all that kind of stuff. But I basically have ready to go drop-in kits. So if you get the 64 gig kit, you get 2 sticks of 32, so you can upgrade to 128 later. Then you can get either the 12 core or the 10 core, so you get 24 or 20 threads. And then I do pair it with an adapter bracket and a CPU cooler. And I've went through a couple different ones till I found out one that I liked. It's a little tower style cooler and got an RGB fan, so that way all the PC flippers, they like it, because if it lights up, then it's better. But I think that whole combo kit is like right at like 220 bucks. And if you go with almost any other platform, you're gonna be $300 to $400 to get a 12 core 64 gig with a CPU cooler and everything ready to go on a motherboard. So it's just cost effective wise, pretty decent. And then if you do want to flip them into gaming rigs, I have a lot of PC flippers, and they're actually a little upset right now because I don't have RAM in stock, but they use those as the base platform for a lot of their budget builds, because they can be like, oh, I got a 10 core blah blah blah, and they game decent. My personal rig is a 12 core 2670 V3, and I play Call of Duty and PUBG and all that kind of stuff on it with no issues. Anyway, all right, we're heading off. It is time to go home. I wish Salad had a better site and better way of separating multiple rigs. Yes, apparently that's on their roadmap. V3s and V4s are still great systems. Yes, and by the way, people did ask me, is it DDR4? Yes, V3s and V4s are DDR4. We actually just had a friend of ours that fell for the V1, V2, not scam, but it's a common, loophole. Not loophole. Words escape me right now. But so the numbering scheme for Xeons is horrible in the beginning until you get used to it. But like a Xeon E5 2650 V1 and V2 is a lot different than a V3 and V4. Performance wise, they're a good 20 to 30% down. They have less cores, and the biggest thing is they support DDR3. V1, V2s are DDR3. V3s, V4s are DDR4. And that plays out huge. Big difference, in my opinion. But anyway, yeah, y'all have a good night. We can talk about Xeons till the cows come home. They're one of my favorites. Yeah, and they're not interchangeable. Yeah, Mining King's right. If you have a V1, V2 motherboard, they don't support V3, V4 CPUs, and vice versa. Yep. All right, guys. Y'all have a good one. I will be over on the Discord. Give me about, I don't know, a few minutes. I'm going to go check on the kids. My wife was texting me. We have a 1-year-old that's been teething, and it's been rough. It's been a little rough. But y'all have a good night. Later, guys. There's my cat. I'm going to go put that mother